Hello, World of Tank Blitzers, it's Littlefinger. Hey, I am about to purchase the Dicker Max. Yes, the Dicker Max, which is a Tier 6 German tank destroyer. Currently for sale here at a really reasonable price of 1,500 gold. You see here, normally sells for 2,900 just by itself. But you see here we also get all 9 equipment slots unlocked, plus a premium camo. So let's go ahead and purchase this baby. I don't know much about it before I bought it. Does come with a 15 degree of gun depression. I felt like this was probably going to play like the Stura Emil, but I was way wrong, and pleasantly surprised, to be honest with you. So here we are. We're going to put the time-tested camo on it, and then we're going to fix the consumables. I hate that Wargaming does this, automatically puts these on there, because sometimes I forget to change them in my first battle because I just see that they're populated there. But we're going to go with the chocolate and both fuels, and this is before I had run it the first time. I'm going to take one of those fuels off and put the other chocolate bar on later. We're going to go ahead and make sure we're buying our APCR there with credits, not gold. Going to run calibrated shells, defense system, camo net, enhanced gun lane drive. We're going to switch on over to improved assembly, get a few more hit points because we got no armor, and we're going to run refined gun and leave everything the same there. So that is how we are running it. Let's take a look at how it plays on the battlefield. So as we get started here on Winter Malinovka, would be my time to tell you to hit that subscribe button. We're making our way up to 10K, can only do it with your help, so please hit that subscribe button now. Alright, so about this tank, with its 40 kilometers per hour, it was much faster than I thought it was going to be. Again, because it had that 15 degrees of gun depression, I thought Stura Emil type driving. Nope. This is much more like the Nashorn. It is quite mobile. And obviously, to maximize the fact that you've got no armor, you want to use that 15 degrees of gun depression. And so we find a nice hill to get onto the side of. And part of the reason I'm choosing this video as first is, you look at this MT here. Now, he is just sitting on top of the hill, and I can't tell you how many times I've told you guys, just don't do that. Look at that. He's gone in less than the first minute of the game because he sat on a hill. So, especially if you don't have good gun depression, you really don't want to just be sitting on top of the hills. Everyone knows the hiding places. So, a little bit about the gun on this. It is wonderfully accurate. As you saw with me laying down the equipment, we get that dispersion under 0.3. Our aim time is also 1.7 seconds, which is really good. Again, think Nashorn type on that. To put it into comparison, the SU-100 has a 2.3 second aim time, and we're at 1.7, so half a second faster. And it's at this point here I realized that, you know, most of the tanks with hit points left are going to be center and to the right of me, so it's time to push in and try to get some damage. Didn't fully aim in on the SU-100Y because I didn't want to take a big old derp shot from him, because 50 mil of frontal armor, 30 on the sides. Most heavies are going to be able to HEU. All TDs should be able to HEU. We'll get one more shot in here and let Walkie Talk finish off the kill. And I'm just going to fast forward it real quick to get to the end because we had a runner. But as you can see here, the tank does move really well, which I was really happy about. That combined with the 15 degrees of gun depression and an accurate German gun, I find this tank to be quite fun to play. We'll get another couple reviews on here so that we can talk a little bit more about the tank. Alright guys, so let's move on over here to the second game on Normandy. And I do apologize, I do like to typically put a bottom tier game in here. But unfortunately, I played almost 20 battles in this tank today. And, you know, I'm just kind of done with it for right now. And I think I had 2 games, believe it or not, only 2 games as bottom tier. And one of those I did okay, but there really wasn't anything to talk about as far as difficulty with facing the upper tiers, as far as penning, or even you know, strategy from that game. So I didn't use it. And then the other game, I think I only did like 196 damage. You know, it was one of those games where 2 of my shots tracked at 0 damage, and then I got a kill shot at the very last of the game. So that has actually brought my average down a little bit in this tank, but I'm sitting somewhere around 1600 per battle. So for a tier 6 tank, that's not too bad. I did start out a little bit higher than that and have seen it come down a little bit, but I would say overall my games have been fairly consistent. No real, you know, huge damage game, and just the one really bad game. So apart from that, though, the tank has been quite fun to play. Now, I know I did mention the Nash one earlier. That tank has 8 degrees of gun depression versus our 15, and so what I've done here is I've noticed that their team only has 4 guys here around B, so I want to push. I really think, and you'll see it here again on the next game I'm going to show you, identifying when that point is to push, because obviously half of their team has gone around B, so we can do some serious focus fire and we can get tanks out fast, and really that just makes for then a lopsided game, you know, just because the other team does not have the firepower to come back from it. So you can see that this tank just gets around nicely. It moves wonderfully. Aim time is a little bit slow, but I mean, it is accurate. There's only a few shots that I've thought that should have gone in that I missed, and that's really a rarity for a TD doing this much damage. I mean, I think of my games in the SU 100 or 100Y, and just some of those shots just going off track. That was my fault. I started turning before I shot, because I wanted to go ahead and get around to be here, and get these guys spotted up and continue to do damage. So I did miss out on an opportunity of a kill there, and we've got KV2. Looks like he's got the wrong gun, so we're not too worried about him, but we got a couple shots in here and he gets me there. And I just thought that this was pretty funny on this VK. You know, he's thinking, I'm gonna rush him, I'm gonna get the kill, I'm gonna use my lower, get lower here, get lower. He's gonna miss his shot, and about a 500 plus damage ammo rack to finish it off. So you can see that even the traverse speed is nice on this tank. The movement is nice. So I love that about this tank. I'm not a huge fan of turretless TDs, but there we are. 2600 damage. Nice credit. Alright, and so the last game here is going to be on Hellas. Yes, and we are going to upset the Greek gods here. This is going to be pretty fun. So, quite honestly, for 1500 gold, this is a super excellent deal. However, if you are not a fan of TDs, especially turretless TDs, you know, this is obviously an easy one to pass up on. Just don't think, unless you play tier 6 quite frequently, that, you know, that you're probably going to play it too much. So here we are. We're going to turn and face the Parthenon, or whatever you want to call it here. And our second shot here, we're going to unleash the clouds and the lightning. Love it. awesome little Easter egg on this map there. But now I'm kicking myself because I'm like, shoot, I could have been on that side of the map where I would be nicely hull down using my 15 degrees of gun depression, and I could be doing lots of damage. But this game does turn out to be, you know, kind of an epic state of the game, whatever you want to call it, typical, lopsided, just people having fun, I guess. What else can I say, right? And other people might put it a little bit differently, you know, morons. But anyway, here we go. So we're going to get in, and again, as I said before in the last game, recognize it's time to push. They only have 4 tanks over here. We have our whole team over here, except for one guy who's roaming around B. And as I said, you know, we still haven't spotted, well, there's one guy spotted, but there's 2 tanks that haven't even spotted yet. They haven't even tried to cap A. So I'm like, what are you guys doing? So expecting to see 2 AFKs over here. And so we're going to push using this tank's lovely speed, almost 40 kilometers per hour there. Get up to a nice place where we can use a ridge line to protect as much as we can. And look at this. KV-1S and the T1 are lined up sitting on a hill together in wonderful formation for shooting. I mean, really guys, you're not even going to go cap. Okay. So I do switch over to APCR here just to make sure this goes in and gets a kill. There it is. And obviously, like I said, lopsided game, very typical of the state of play these days. T1 shot, track, killed, and yeah, so it's a fun mobile tank, moves around really well, traverse is good, accuracy good, nice damage. Finding myself doing some pretty much in the 15 to 1800 most every game. And making money at it. So it's a great combination, but again, not a tank I think you're going to pull out of the garage and play 1,000 battles in. It's just not that kind of tank. So it's definitely not a carry tank. So with that, guys, have fun out there, stay safe, get educated, not fingered. Littlefinger out.